Okay, that's one side quest. Aiming high. Okay. I guess this is close enough that we might as well try doing it. Retrieve oil.
It's oil. After what happened here, it's a miracle there was any left at all.
We'll still need some. I'm already out of the area.
This should be enough.
Okay. That is that. We already did that. Looks like I'm done in this part, in this whole area of the game. Nothing else in Rosaria. Also, there's a bunch of stuff in this desert, though. Oh, and there's another quest to do in the Vale. Let's pick up those quests after we have completed everything else. Everything from the hideaway. Then I can do the, let's say, open world missions.
Azir might at least have mentioned where in Northreach he'd be testing this recruit.
I'm nervous. Is it alright to be nervous?
I don't care either way, so long as you do as I tell you.
Damn.
Well met, Sid. This is the initiate. Ember, present yourself.
At your service,
This looks like a created character from FF14, like one of the default faces in the character creator.
Your life is your own.
Oh, of course. Thank you, Sid. The sergeant says you'll be evaluating me.
More so than others.
To become a scout, yes. You are aware of the dangers inherent in that role.
I am, but I swore I'd face them, just like the man who saved my life.
And who would that be?
Gav. It was him who found me and freed me. No magic, no support, just one man and his nose. Came and sniffed me out. It taught me what one man can do if he puts his mind to it. And I've been training ever since, so that one day I can be someone's saviour, just like Gav was mine.
I'm sure he'd be flattered. You clearly have good intentions, Ember. And it sounds like you're under no illusions. Stick to this path and you'll make a fine curse breaker.
So, what? Have I passed?
You haven't even started yet. Now listen.
I suspect Clive might not be a good
Not far from here is an Imperial
proctor
lookout,
for the test.
Eastwatch. The guards there record all their sightings in a logbook. You are to find it and bring it here.
And bring it here, right. Anything else?
No. Sneaking into a heavily guarded Imperial outpost and stealing the logbook would be quite sufficient. You'll need to assess the situation, determine a point of entry, create a distraction and effect an escape, all without being discovered and thrown into an Imperial oubliette.
Ember, Gav isn't our best scout because he can do everything. It's essential that you know your limits.
Know my limits, right. I won't let you down.
Something tells me he's gonna raise the alarm and we're gonna have to pull him out of the fire.
It shouldn't be as dangerous as I made out. But keep a weather eye on him all the same, would you?
On my way.
But you gotta have a reason to character action all over the place.
All right, Ember. It's me.
Oops.
Let's go.
Yes!
Man, I kind of wish you could do it like the dogs in Monster Hunter Rise. Where you can just drift and use it to go faster. Here it feels like it's only good for sharp turns. I was so happy when I saw I can do chocobo drifting. It's like, not quite.
These are clean kills. Perhaps young Ember really is ready.
Never mind.
Maybe not. Damn it.
Ember, draw your sword!
I can't.
I can't believe he's dead. Oh no.
If you want him, you'll have to go through me. Nice try. Nice try.
Oh fuck. I didn't realize it was winding up. Time for the big one. Let's see if we can just break it right away. There we go. Just unlock him.
Ember, are you?
Oh, he really did run away.
Gone. Of course. Scouts really are a rare breed. Back to Northreach it is then.
Also, there's a little box here. Kestrel's beak braid. What the heck is that? Oh, down thrust damage. I haven't really used it much ever since I switched away from Garuda. I definitely need to like start using different what's it called? Different accessories. Oh well. I don't feel like figuring out which are good right now. Well, did he come back?
I didn't expect you back so soon. Where is Ember? How did he fare?
I thought I'd find him with you. He must have fled. I followed him to Eastwatch, where I found him being set upon by a wild Avis. He was just standing there. Didn't even draw his sword. I had to step in and take care of things. But by the time I had, he was nowhere to be seen. I assumed he'd set off in your direction, but apparently not.
I'm sorry, Sid. I knew the boy had a nervous streak, but he seemed like...
The right man for the job? I believe this is the logbook you tasked me with retrieving.
Eh? How did you... Don't you tell me you breached the tower while Sid was busy saving your skin.
What? Wasn't that what you asked me to do? To bring the thing back without getting caught?
He has you there, Nazaire. And he did it all on his own.
But Sid, he
did what he thought was best. And now I have to decide whether I agree.
Of course. We'll await your evaluation back at the hideaway. Don't you leave my sight.
Yes, Sergeant.
Well, he kind of froze when the wyvern showed up.
This won't be an easy decision.
I'm gonna fail him for that. If I hadn't been there, he'd just have died. can't really call that passing the test. I could go back right away, or I could start finding quests around here. I think I'm gonna keep Actually, no, let's do that right away. If the game gives me a choice, I'm just gonna say he failed the exam.
You should have seen.
Welcome back, Sid.
Welcome back, Sid.
He's so...
Welcome back. Trip wasn't too much of a pain in the arse, I hope. Truth be told, it was me who suggested roping
He's
you
so
into
proud
the
of it.
trial. But from what I hear, things didn't go quite as planned.
No, they most certainly did not.
Does Ember deserve passing marks? No.
When faced with an unexpected foe, Ember froze. He did not run. He did not fight. Had I not been there, he would be dead. It would be too great a risk to send him out on a mission alone.
Thank you, Sid, for your honest appraisal. Ember, you braved the tower and emerged unscathed. Yes, but only because Sid saved your skin. To me, that's no better than being caught red-handed. You failed the test.
Wait, Sergeant. Ember still has much to learn, it's true. And this time he was found wanting. But I'd say he's due a second chance, nonetheless. After all, he did do as you asked.
How generous of
With a
Sid.
bit of hard work, any hand can be made to hold a blade, and any mind can conquer its fears. But a scout's nose is different. You've either got one, or you ain't. And by sniffing out that log, young Ember here has shown he has a conch and a half. Wouldn't do to waste it now, would it?
Fine. One more chance.
I'll do whatever you ask. I'll spend my days and nights in the pit if I have to. I'll show you. Just you wait.
Daft as a brush, that one. But his heart's in the right place. Just like someone else we know. And if you ask me, we've been leaning on him for far too long. That time the curse breakers took some of the weight off his shoulders, I reckon.
It couldn't hurt.
Just don't tell Gav I said so, will you? I won't have him thinking he's been hard done by. Next thing you know, he'll be asking for a day off. Chance would be a fine thing. Back to work.
Forgive me, Sid. This did not play out as I expected.
I don't remember the name of the scout trainee.
That's why we need men like Ember more
Ember.
than ever. Men who can make the best out of a bad situation. Remember that.
I will, Sid. Thank you.
Little Ember. And I believe I can get the name of the quest giver as soon as this cutscene ends. The Breath of Lightning. Nasser, Cursebreaker. Yeah, that's the one. I don't imagine anything changes if you tell him he passes, beyond making him happy. Kanji gloves are. If the drunken galley captain I shared a table with last night is to be believed, word of your exploits has made its way across the seas to the great continent. What is more, she claims there are those who would see you flourish, herself being one such woman. Garath. I don't remember who that is, but I'll take the Genji gloves, whatever those are. And it also looks like I triggered another quest up here. God damn it. Increases damage dealt to enemies by 5%. Well, damn. Yeah, I want that. It's just an upgrade. Do I get rid of the thing that increases my HP? The thing that gives me extra skill points? Or the thing that gives me extra attack? You know, let's get rid of the skill point thing. I don't think I need that many for the builds I'm going for. That's like a very clear very clear upgrade. Yeah, it figures it doesn't matter. It's just what do you feel like doing. It's like we're in the end game. If anything we did now matter, that would be wild.
You alright?
Hi, Gav.
About that.
If there's anything I can do to help you kill this Ultima bloke, you just say the word, eh? You could promise to take Sid's name off my hands.
Aye.
Don't even joke about that. Anyway, I thought you said you hadn't finished with it yet. I did, didn't I? Now, if you wanted to give me an even grander title, something to rival your Sid the Outlaw, that'd be a different story.
Let's see.
Gav the Magnificent? Gav the Almighty? Gav the Lionheart? Something along those lines. I'll leave that to you to decide. I'm sure you're more than capable of choosing the perfect moniker for Sid's right-hand man. Right-hand man, eh? I'll take it. Ultima's a bad guy. What happened to Titan? Dude, you're very out of the loop. Gonna be very spoiled if you ever try this game. Titan died like a bitch.
No more than usual. It's just Eda's baby will be coming soon, and I wanted to make something for it.
I'm sure she'd like that.
Ultima is basically the big bad that's been pitting us against the other icons.
Ben was on the way. Yeah, I'll let the little tykes know they were welcome in their new homes, like.
So, what's the problem?
Well, the problem is that Eda's due any day now, and I don't know if I'll be ready in time.
Is there anything I can do to help?
You know, there just might be.
The final battle cutscene was pretty cool, though.
What exactly are we making?
A good luck charm. But not just any good luck charm.
Not just any.
No. One made from the feather of a silver chocobo. There's naught lucky in all the realm, or so we used to say back home anyway. Thing is, they're hard to come by. Had Otto and Karen check with their suppliers, but nothing. I'd try and track one down myself, only...
Only the big day is fast approaching. And that's all you need. A feather.
That or the bird whose horse it's attached to, aye. I was gonna start by asking around with traveling traders plying the northern borders.
Well, there's no shortage of those passing through Martha's. I think I might make that my first port of call. I'll let you know if I find anything.
You're a good friend, Clive. I won't forget this.
Silver linings. Okay. Like, Titan was a man. He could transform into Titan, but, he had certain ambitions, and there was someone just sort of guiding him from the background, telling him, oh, this is the thing you should do to do this. Like, he was a bad guy, but he wasn't like the man behind the man. Oh no, Ultima is just the big bad. He's the man behind the man. If there's anything like that. Okay, we did this. I guess they're sending us back to Martha's Rest. Let me just try to finish the quest down here. I feel like there are a couple of them. What's this one? Oh, okay. Let's talk to... Was it Havel? In the city? You can't trust those Minecraft YouTubers. They have a hand in every pie. Oh, you can see it from here. The final area. I was like, why is everyone looking out that way? And it's like, oh, that's why. You know, if he needs a feather from a silver chocobo, isn't Ambrosia a silver chocobo? Or just white, I guess. It would be nice if we could just pluck one out of her. Just quest complete.
All right. That can't be Rutherford, can it?
What the heck is this?
Turncoats and cowards, the lot of you! If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you shall have!
Allow me.
I don't need your...
Please, Field Marshal, oblige him.
This won't take long.
You're right. It won't. Men, finish him.
It seems like all little guys, so... Wow, they're still alive. Okay. Looks like I don't need to do anything, huh?
A little longer than I'd have liked.
It's like, as long as they don't have, like, a stagger bar underneath them and a shit ton of health, they're nothing.
Field Marshal Havel, I presume. Are either of you injured?
No, my lord. You arrived just as our escort turned on us.
Fucking traitors. I'd heard reports of soldiers in the outlying regions abandoning the oaths they swore. But I hadn't thought the corruption had reached so close to the heart of the Republic. It's a fucking disgrace.
Like, I said this from the beginning, like, the boss fights are great.
Bastard of an uncle tried to warn me, of course.
The little mobs are just
Lord Marquis.
either an annoyance or completely inconsequential.
Call me what you want. It doesn't change who I am. Or the urgency of the message I bring. My uncle has a plan to right the realm, and he needs your help to see it through.
Before I agree to anything, I'd have you answer one question. What do you stand to gain from all this?
I won't deny that I might benefit from further chaos. But I seek a new beginning for all of us. And while the choices I've made may not always have been the right ones, I know I made them for the right reasons. For so long, so many of us have been told how we could live, how we could die.
If I do your quest, my number will get bigger.
All along. Now we have a chance to put things right. But in order to take it, we must stand together. Even if it be beside those with whom we don't see eye to eye.
Certainly not the words I expected from an outlaw. But perhaps your uncle was right. You are no ordinary outlaw. I'll never hear the end of this. All right. I'll start by ordering my most trusted guard to bring the Dalmekian fringes under control. Next, I'll make contact with my counterparts in the Imperial Army and see if I can't convince them to try and restore order in their own territory.
Thank you, Field Marshal.
But they are not the only ones we will need to convince.
What do you mean?
I don't doubt that I can bully some sense into a few generals, but those they answer to require a different kind of persuasion. And when it comes to honeyed words, well, we will need an envoy. One who can court even the most stubborn of statesmen. You, perhaps.
All right, Alfonso.
I'm flattered.
Okay, good night. Enjoy your art
Don't
stream.
think about either. And I have other problems to attend to. What we need.
I don't know. We have so many side quests. I'm hoping I can do it tonight,
And I may know just
but I
what
might have to do it tomorrow.
Is that so?
Finding
And
Ultima
do
may
you
have to
happen
wait a
be an
little bit.
outlaw too?
Of a different kind, perhaps.
Beggars can't be choosers. I suppose we'll all have to find a little of the outlaw in ourselves if we're to make it through this. Very well. Send your man to me right away.
I shall.
My Lord Marquis. Your Lord Uncle bade me escort the Field Marshal to his manor in Port Isolde.
And I will see that my associate joins you there.
Very good, my lord.
An envoy. I'm not sure I'm the man to talk anyone round. I can barely convince my brother to take his medicine. No. This is a job for someone with experience.
Maybe your uncle.
Someone like Quentin. I hope I can
I forget who
convince him at
Quentin
least.
was. Oh no. Okay. Anything else in here? In Goldland Bales. I don't remember. I don't remember what that is. Help. Oh well. Let's go do that. I think I can find an Adamantoise there and complete that quest. I'll be able to finish everything in this desert, I think. Aside from the specific quests they would have me do and pick up from here.
Good girl. Here we are again. Carava. If you were a tortoise, Torgor, where would you...
You mean
Looks like
you don't see it?
found him.
I'm surprised I'm not bouncing off of them. Ah! I thought I was on Shiva. My mistake.
Let's try.
Yeah, it does bounce. Oh, come on. Oh, let's see if we can just break him.
I better get these materials to Mid so she can finish her prototype.
Alright. Anything else up here that I can pick up? Doesn't look like it. Let's finish up that quest. Start knocking stuff out of our journal. Huh.
Mid, tell me this is all you need.
It is believed that adamantoise will grow a thin new layer to protective. Sorry. Will grow a thin new layer to its protective shell once every 2 moons. Considering that many of the creatures live for hundreds of years, it should come as no surprise that the shells of older specimens can be several hands thick and weigh over 50 stone. Also, shipwright's tallow, a thick, noisome lubricant made from the rendered fat of sea beasts, commonly used by shipwrights on the cranes and winches they employ in shipbuilding. Hopefully, this is everything.
Aw, you make it sound like I asked you to save the world or something.
Tell me this is all you need.
It's most of what I need. After you left, I went over the figures again, and I realised I'd forgotten a 1 and a 0
And
and a cogwheel. Just a tiny one, though that's the problem. Gears that small are a bastard to make, and I may have lost the one Blackthorn spent a fortnight toiling over.
wait. The children. When they took apart your scales, there was a tiny brass gear. Now that I think about it, they didn't use it when we put the scales back together.
Is this really coming back?
But why would the... You know what? I don't want to know. I'll keep working on the model. You go and find that cog.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project?
This is really coming back to bite us.
Sid! Is Mid still hiding from us?
She wasn't hiding. She's fine. She's just busy working on her next project.
A new invention? What is it? What is it? Is it an airship? I bet it's an airship!
It's an airship.
Do you think she'll let us help?
That just so happens to be why I'm here. She needs something special, something only you 3 can provide. A brass gear. A tiny one. One that might fit on, say, a set of scales.
Oh, the one you forgot! We remember!
We saved it, just in case. It's in the bag of bits.
Since your lesson, we've been disassembling, then reassembling everything we can find.
Most of the
All
stuff
pieces
stops
that are
working
left
after we
over,
do.
we keep under our
Oh,
beds,
all the pieces that are
just
left
in
over.
case.
That's good to know.
Look! I found it! Is that all? Just the gear? We have more parts if Mid needs them.
That's all for now. But I'll let Mid know about your hoard. Just in case.
Thanks, Sid.
We just gotta expect anything. Anything in the hideaway to just stop working randomly and to have parts missing.
Well, did they have it?
Brass cogwheel, an overlooked component of Mid's deconstructed scales. Its purpose remains a mystery to all but Mid. To all including Clive.
They did. And they kept it somewhere nice and safe. Will it work?
Will it work? He's perfect! You're a genius, Clive.
What exactly are you going to use it for?
Only the most important job of all. The wings aren't going to move on their own, but with the right cog in the right place, well, you just wait and see.
Is she gonna try to make it fly like a fucking bird? Okay, a helicopter.
That should do it.
Or rather, propellers. So tiny, though.
Nothing. Titan's tits.
It wasn't supposed to fly, was it?
Of course it was supposed to fly. Wouldn't be much of an airship if it didn't. Honestly, these bloody engines are driving me mad. I was so sure this would be the day she soared. The mithril engine was made to make dreams come true. But maybe this is one dream the world's better off without. Show folk how to take flying. It won't be long till they're raining death down on each other. People will lose their homes. Children, their mums and their dads. Like I lost mine.
I'm sorry.
So am I, Clive. So am I. Sorry that I have to choose. Do I follow my head? Or do I follow my heart?
Good question. The first time I stood on the deck of your ship, felt the wind in my hair. It was like I was flying. But imagine how it would feel to actually do it.
My dad always said there were two ways of living life. Chasing a dream or shuffling to your grave. And he were right. Right about a lot of things. Not that I like to admit it. People need dreams to chase. Especially in a world like this. Right. When this is over, I'm gonna take all my mithril engines to Zemeckis and sling them over the edge. I won't have my dream end up turning into someone else's nightmare.
But all that hard work...
All that hard work will not be used for war, Jamie. But it isn't like it'll be gone. Tell me, Clive, have you ever been on a treasure hunt?
Not since Joshua and I were boys. Why do you ask?
Because I'm gonna bury the engine schematics and leave behind a little riddle telling people where to find them. A really hard one, so that only the most dedicated dreamers will ever be able to work it out. Ooh, I can picture it now. Some daft general squinting at the words with a gormless expression on his mug. Like that one, yeah.
Right.
And the money run out.
Of course, if I'm putting this engine at the end of a treasure hunt, I'll still need to make it a treasure worth hunting for. Won't be much of a prize if it couldn't even make a toy boat fly after all. My dad always said, dream big. But it ain't the size of a dream that's important, is it, Clive? Only that it's a good one. And I reckon I've got a fair few good uns left in me.
I'm sure you do.
Alright, that's another one. Model airship. Mid's dangerous dream of flight, immortalized in miniature. My dad always said there were two ways of living life, chasing a dream or shuffling to your grave. Okay. Some stuff on the reading table. Let's look at that later. Right now we still have quests to finish. Another one up here. What is it? Reese Company. Okay, let's try to finish this quest. Oh, Quentin, the guy from Lost Wing, who used to be the High Justice. Or, wait, no, didn't used to be the High Justice. Used to work for the High Justice in the Empire. Once I was finished with his side quest, his mission, sorry, his name was completely gone from my mind.
I have a proposal for you.
Do you now? Something tells me you'll be asking more of me than a cask of Gotand gold. Go on then. Propose.
We need a diplomat.
You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains of the realm that they should simply swallow their pride and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands of years. Was there anything else? Perhaps I can fetch you a meat pie as well.
I know it's a lot to ask, but I can think of none better suited to the role.
And you'd have me give up what little I have left to do it. I told you, Clive. The people of Lost Wing are my family, and I cannot abandon
They're
them.
gonna all show up and tell him to leave
find
now.
someone else.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So am I.
And why might that be?
What he's asking. How's it any different to what you've done so far? They want you to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. That's what you do best. If it's the vineyard you're worried about, we'll see that the grapes are picked and the tons filled. You know we will.
It's not that.
Then what is it? You said yourself we're family. Don't you trust us?
You know that's not what I'm...
Then what are you saying? That only we are worth saving? Why turn your back on everyone else? You convinced us we could build new lives for ourselves, and if you can do that, who's to say you couldn't convince the entire realm?
A stirring argument. I fear that any rejoinder I make might fall somewhat flat by comparison.
So you'll join us?
Where do you need me?
Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. He's currently in Port Isolde. I can arrange for a party of Cursebreakers to accompany you there.
That would be very much appreciated. I hear the roads are far from safe these days.
Hopefully not for long. My uncle will want to know that his plan is taking shape.
It's like, go back to the hideaway. That's a good boy.
Right, boy.
Good pupper. That's the only thing around here. Guess we should head back to the hideaway. No, he's just waiting for us here. Neat.
Uncle, I bring good news. The Field Marshal has agreed to your plan.
Ha! Of course he has. I didn't doubt you for a moment, dear boy.
Rutherford is accompanying him back to your manor in Port Isolde as we speak. They will await your return there. As will one other.
One other? Who, exactly?
Lord Havel was concerned that even if he could get the realm's armies to agree to an accord, he might not be as successful in convincing those with political power. He asked if I might have a solution, and I suggested a certain Imperial Lord Magistrate turned Liberator.
One of your co-conspirators?
Master Quinton would probably call me one of his, but yes.
Another outlaw, then. Just the thing we need to put these rotten politicos in their places. Good thinking, Clive.
I'm glad you approve.
The more the merrier, eh?
Uncle, assuming Havel and Quinton can solve our problem with the armies, you still haven't mentioned how we might manage the grain shortages.
Oh, don't you worry, my boy. The 7 high houses will be seeing to that. They have all agreed to make the most generous of donations. Oh, of course, it did take a little persuasion, but luckily I had some unexpected help.
From who?
Why, you, my boy. Rumor has it that you rescued the Lady Ariane's head steward Rockford from a horde of bloodthirsty bandits.
It was more of a handful.
Well, the old battle axe was so pleased. She had a shipload of talents delivered to my private docks by the next new moon. And when the other houses saw the parsimonious old crone's purse strings finally loosen, they as good as tripped over themselves in the rush to follow suit.
I'm happy to hear it.
Now, I must be getting back to the manor. Join us there at your earliest convenience, would you?
Of course, Uncle.
Okay, this looks like it would be the final part for this side quest chain.
How, pray tell, will we get that grain to the capital if the roads are still overrun with Akashic?
You'll find another bloody road. I only have so many men, and I'm not about to send them headlong into an ether flood. That is, unless you'd have them turn as well.
Well, I'd certainly eat less.
Says the man with a belly bigger than a band of curls. My soldiers actually need their rations. Without any food to keep them going, they'll be dead even before you've sent them on your fool's errand.
If I may, gentlemen, perhaps I might suggest an alternative approach. Though supply routes are indeed disrupted, there is no shortage of ships. Indeed, they bob away in every bay from here to Randalar, awaiting a safe haven. Allow them to make port and fill their bellies full of grain. And once those who crowd the cities are fed, ferry the displaced back to the countryside to work the fallow fields. But I'm sure that you wish to continue your discussion. Forgive the interruption. Two such firm friends as yourselves need no help from the likes of me. Rutherford spoke fondly of the great bond between you.
Us? Friends?
I can't stand the man.
Clive, I'm beginning to question the quality of the company you keep.
And what kind of company were you expecting him to keep? The man's a criminal.
Criminal?
I think it's like fast switch camera.
You are
Fast swivel to the other guy.
same air as this fine, upstanding young gentleman.
Upstanding? He calls himself Sid the Bloody Outlaw.
I love Havo's voice actor as well.
Shall we begin again? What we seek here is not to create a new nation, nor to claim the thrones of those that already exist. We wish simply to bring stability to the realm that mankind might weather the current storm. And to do that, we must convince those in power, the generals, the statesmen, the nobles, that our cause is just. There will be disagreements, yes, and I imagine some resistance, much resistance. But we cannot let that deter us. If we show them the path, show them that we walk it ourselves, then I am confident they will follow. The fate of the world lies in my nephew's hands, but the well-being of her people lies in ours. And we must not squander the chance that Clive has given us.
Uncle Byron,
Now, with that settled, let's move on to the signing of the Accord. For what great moment in history hasn't been accompanied by a little ceremony? Citizens of Valisthea, I present to you the Triunity. Rutherford?
You know, thinking about it, this is one representative from Dalmekia, one from Sambrek, and one from Rosaria. I guess they're redoing the treaty that got broken at the beginning of the game.
Well, my boy, the stage is set.
that it is.
Well, it's hardly official. Like,
This is the role you were born for.
these aren't exactly the leaders of their countries.
Now I ask only that you trust in the talents of your supporting cast. We shall play our parts to the best of our abilities, that you might have the opportunity to shine. The realm needs its Sacrandal, And there is no better Crandall than you, Clive. I want you to keep this signed accord as proof of our faith in you.
I will. Thank you, Uncle.
That's complete. The Tri-Unity Accord. And Heaven's Cloud cooldown time. Which one is Heaven's Cloud even? Oh well. Signed by representatives from Rosaria, Dalmekia, and Sombrek. This mutual accord sets the stage for a new age. In storm, if not officially, then at least in spirit. For what great moment in history hasn't been accompanied by a little ceremony? One more thing for our room. Okay, any other side quests up here? No. So we do have some over here. So let's get to taking care of them. What's over here?
Let's hope one of the merchants here has what Gav needs.
Oh, right, the chocobo feather.
Excuse me. I'm looking for something.
Oh, well, then I'm your man.
A silver chocobo feather.
I'm not your man anymore.
Or maybe not. Though you're not the first to mention the bird around here. There was a man stopped by the rest not long ago, claiming he was attacked by a silver chocobo. Near some gutted hovel, not far from Eastpool. Most took him for a braggart and a liar, but who knows? Perhaps there was some truth to his tale.
We'll see. Thank you.
Said it was someone in the rest, right? If I go in, will I find someone staying here that can talk about it? Maybe I should have kept looking outside. Probably should have. They're just probably not happy he has to follow us around for these Sarens.
Just because the heavens have gone to reckon with me.
What are you after?
I wanted to check out your shop, sir. I kind of want to just buy them to have one of them. Nope, not equipped.
There you go.
Breath of Light. I wonder if these are just items that I
Much obliged.
missed in dungeons.
There, eh?
Got him now. Ah, there's someone.
How do, traveller? You've the look of a man who could do with a new whetstone? Or perhaps a bawdy etching of the Vicerine?
Maybe another time.
Maybe another time. I'm looking for a silver chocobo feather.
If that's the case, rumours are all you're likely to find. No one has seen a silver chocobo for years. Word is they were all hunted for their feathers. Some northern nonsense about bringing good luck. Didn't bring them much, nor their bows. If any are still out there, I reckon they'll be doing their damnedest not to be discovered.
You're probably right. Thank you anyway.
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
Anyone on the back that might know anything?
Can I help you with something?
You wouldn't happen to sell silver chocobo feathers, would you?
I deal in fruit, not fancies. But if it's fancies you're after, I suggest you try Rhiannon's ride.
Was a silver chocobo seen there?
Oh, yes. If you believe the ravings of a madman.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Oh, we got a destination in mind then.
In the hills near Rhiannon's Ride. Sounds almost too good to be true. But since I'm already here. Ready, go?
I guess we'll have to see if they're different from Ambrosia.
Can hardly make it.
Caution, brother.
Oh, for a second I was really confused about that light. Okay, one of these things.
All right.
Let me just try to run away from these guys.
They're not left by bandits for a change. More tracks. And these look fresh. The Chocobo was here. And recently. Perhaps it still is. I don't hear anything.
Oh, but we did find the feather.
Well, I'll be damned.
They do look rather different from Ambrosia.
It's all right. I'm not going to hurt you. Just borrowing a feather for my friend. Thank you. Let's get this back to Gav before they change their minds.
Okay, let's head back.